So this is the chia seed cleanse thing that I'm doing, and as you can see, kind of just looks like dirty lemonade because of the chalky that the diatomaceous earth puts in there. But I just wanted to show you guys that I am drinking all this, even though it does look kind of nasty. And after this, I am going to show you guys another way that you can do this if you still want to consume the diatomaceous earth with it. So, you know, just to clear it out, and you guys will see how it looks without the diatomaceous earth as well. It actually doesn't taste bad. It just tastes like lemon. The chalky and stuff, like the diatomaceous earth, doesn't really give it too much of a bad taste. It kind of like evens it out. It's not really like sour, and it's not too bland. I did take out the green tea packet before drinking it, and the ginger pieces, just to make sure I don't accidentally eat any, and just to make it easier to drink. It's gonna take me a while though. So this is my daughter, if you guys didn't already know. She's kind of like likes to be on the camera, but doesn't like being on the camera at the same time. So now that we are getting to the chia seed part, I am tasting more of the chalkiness from diatomaceous earth, so it gets a little bit more powdery, kind of crunchy. It seems like they kind of like stuck to the chia seeds a bit on the outside. So one thing I did forget to mention about the diatomaceous earth was that it actually has silica in it, which is really awesome for your intestines. And so basically it's going to like help to absorb nutrients and stuff like that. So that was one thing that I just forgot to mention, but I did put it in the description if you did read it on my last video. So if you guys do try the diatomaceous earth, just with water, just like I said, just kind of like a shot almost, you know, but it doesn't taste as bad as you think it's gonna taste. It's just like a watered down chalk. So just, I guess, depends on how much water you put in there. I just put a smaller amount because I take a while to drink larger amounts. So I just finished taking the lemon water with the green tea, apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, and everything. And the chia seeds, and with those 2 cups of water, it was like, it did actually make me feel really filled up for right now for the most part. So it does help to kind of keep, you know, the hunger down a little bit more, probably in the mornings, especially if you wake up very hungry. So I also put in the description below on the last video that I made that you can also warm it up if you guys would like, you know, to make a green tea that's warm, or if you just like, you know, like kind of like a tea that's warm. You know, in the tea, you actually can't really taste much of anything. I thought that you would be able to taste like more apple cider vinegar in there, but you can kind of just slightly taste like a little bit of the lemon juice. You just kind of have more of the chalky texture if you do add the diatomaceous earth. And then of course that was just because I did add the diatomaceous earth, so trying it without it tomorrow, and then I'm gonna see if it actually does taste any different without the diatomaceous earth in it. So I will let you guys know how that comes out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So it is raining today, so hopefully you guys can hear me clearly, but I just wanted to show you guys, this is how it looks like with just the diatomaceous earth and some water, and like there's only a teaspoon in here. So basically it just tastes like powdered water, like it just has like chalk in it, you know. It tastes kind of weird, but it's like light because of the water, so it's not like that bad. I actually kind of preferred it more in the drink than like this, just because you can taste it more strongly, I guess you could say. And if you're wondering, I just got the diatomaceous earth off of the Amazon, and I think it was like about $10 to $15, somewhere around there, depending on which one you get. But just make sure it is food grade diatomaceous earth. Okay, well, that was quick, so it wasn't too bad. So this is how the chia seed looks with the green tea and lemon juice. So it does still look kind of foggy. So this time I can taste more lemon juice and a little bit more of the apple cider vinegar, but it's like slightly there, so it's still not bad, and it's not like overwhelmingly strong or anything. Yeah, it's just like tea. I think it would taste really good if it was warm like this. Actually, morning thing. And I was just trying it out for you guys. That's the only reason why I've been drinking it, just to show you guys and stuff that I am doing it, and that how it looks, how it tastes before you guys try it. You can always make your own, but you know, I just found these ingredients to be better in terms of like anti-inflammation, and like better digestive and detox like properties, and that's the reason why I made this mixture specifically like this. Basically on this keeping it natural shred, like I said, I've never done something like this long before. The most I've ever done it probably consistently is for 2 weeks, and I was able to get good results. And usually on your first try, you usually do get good results. So this is my second try. Usually it's a little harder the second time around, so we'll see how long it actually takes me to get to a good point. But the goal is 6 to 8 weeks. However, it can be shorter anytime I feel like it's enough. You know, I'm not trying to be super skinny, and I'm not trying to like get to super low body points or anything like that. It's just kind of lean out a little bit more. And so before this, I actually have been eating pretty badly on purpose for the past week, and usually I kind of balance it out with like healthy and bad, but I have been eating bad consistently because I wanted to see if being at a higher body fat percentage would make it easier to get lower, but I think it's going to be the opposite. I think it's going to be harder. I think my body tends to bounce back pretty quickly, only because I am always consistently working out all the time, and we'll see how much it changes. And when I say badly, I also mean eating a good amount of calories, like a lot. I don't just eat, you know, a little bit over. Like, I just eat whatever my body wants, whatever I feel like for that day. So I really don't restrict anything, or at least I haven't been for this past week. Usually I tend to calm it down a little bit, you know, after one day. Another thing is, on this shred, I'm not going to be specifically intermittently fasting. I'm just going to be eating when I'm hungry, listening to my body on when to eat. Usually I tend to kind of have like a weird schedule, so it just kind of depends on like how much sleep I get. So if I get a good amount of sleep, I'll eat later in the day, and if I don't, then I do get hungry more faster, so I do eat a little bit more earlier. If I wake up earlier and just got like less overall sleep during the night. So some strategies that I'm going to be doing for this shred is, basically I'm just going to be keeping it simple and clean. I'm going to be obviously more strict on my carb count. Right now and before this, like on regular days, I'm eating a good, pretty much like the right ratio of the ketogenic diet, but I am obviously eating some higher carbs some days and some less. So that's my other strategy, is basically I'm going to be counting total carbs instead of net carbs, and that's kind of what I did the first time I did keto, and it really worked really well for me. So I thought I would just go back and do that again. I'm not going to be taking any products or, you know, like stimulants or anything like that. If anything, just to kind of get my calories in or the right amount of protein in, sometimes I will drink like a vegan protein shake sometimes. So that's kind of like unnecessary if you do have meat on you or anything like in hand. But if you don't, and you know you just need to get a little bit more protein in the day, then vegan protein drink is perfect. So I tend to use that when needed only. So it's a very rare, but I do use it only when I need more protein. And then basically I also take potassium supplements, you know, just to make sure I have enough electrolytes if I'm feeling like I'm getting some symptoms or something. Always consume enough salt. Obviously, if I find that I'm starting to get very tired, you know, I will drink less potassium and I will eat more salt. So then also with the sweeteners, basically I'm just going to be not eating bad sweeteners for sure, which I already don't do. So like no Diet Coke, no aspartame, no sucralose. Like those are like the ones that tends to actually mess up your microbiome in your gut. So whole point is to avoid that with this chia seed cleanse with on top of the diet. So basically I'm kind of do like a gut heal at the beginning of the start, you know, hopefully it'll boost it to have better results in the end. I'm also going to make sure to try and drink at least like 2 to 3 cups of water a day. Actually more like 2 to 4 I guess, but sometimes like I'm not really thirsty and sometimes I'm super thirsty. So it depends on the day, but I'm just going to try and at least stick to that amount. But yeah, so basically the other strategy is that I'm going to be making sure that my greens, my leafy greens are going to be my top priority above all other carbs. So if I wanted to add, you know, like bacon, or if I want to add like almonds and pecans, like those are going to be like the last choice. So if anything, I'm gonna have those for dinner, but not for breakfast or anything like that, because I want to make sure that I get all my leafy greens in first, just to make sure I hit all the nutrients and minerals that I can out of the diet before adding some sweetness or other like unnecessary carbs in there that I just don't really need for my body. But another strategy again I'm doing is I do add some sweets and stuff to my diet to kind of have that balance. Like I eat dark chocolate and stuff like that, but I'm gonna try and minimize that. So I tend to do that usually about like almost every day or every other day, but instead I'm gonna try and do it maybe just once or twice a week. Of course, like always, I do listen to my body, so if I need some more sweets a little bit more often, I will, and I'll just like slowly reduce that, so I'm not overly doing the carbs or overly doing anything unnecessary to my diet. Oh, one more thing is that I also going to be avoiding like vegetables that make me bloat, and also like cheese, because like that dairy is not really good with inflammation as well. And so I'm just going to be avoiding more dairy products and avoiding some cruciferous vegetables, which could be good for you if you don't bloat, but since I bloat, I'm going to be avoiding those in general. And then another thing is that I'm basically going to be adding a little bit more cardio to my workouts. Right now it's mainly strength with a little bit of cardio, but like I always kind of have a good in between that. So I'm just going to be like adding a little bit of cardio more in there, and then just like adjust as necessary. As long as my calories, I'm just going to be adjusting as I go to make sure that I can eat as much as I want or as much as necessary to get the goal that I want. So I'm not like, you know, going too low and I'm not going too high, you know, just kind of being right there where I need to be. So I'm always just going to be like monitoring that and stuff like that. Yeah, those are just my tips if you guys wanted to try, or if maybe, you know, you just don't know how to go about things, you know, it's just some strategies you can think about. But I will see you guys on the next episode. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like these shredding episodes that I'm going to be posting. But guys, keeping it natural is always the best, and I will see you in the next episode. But next week, I will show you guys one of my favorite foods to make next week. And I can't wait to show you guys that. So I will see you guys then. And thanks for watching.